Hey, welcome back to Pillow Talk. Thank you for sticking around through the break. My name is Kevin Fear. If you're just joining us, thank you for tuning in. This is a show about sleep. We talk about a lot of different things on this show. Sometimes we interview people in the industry. Sometimes we interview health professionals. Sometimes we talk about products. And sometimes I research articles and find things that I think are pertinent and interesting and relevant. And I review the articles with you. That's what I'm doing today. Uh, it has come to a tremendous surprise to many of you that I'm not a medical doctor. I'm an entrepreneur who's been in the bedding industry close to 15 years. And I like to share with you the things I've learned, the things I believe, and you take them for what they're worth. Talk to your doctor, do your own research. If you can pick up one thing during this show that helps you in your next bedding selection, that helps you get a better night's sleep, then I've succeeded. It's really that simple. And, when you're in your market for your next bed, your next sleep system, as we like to refer to them, all I ask is that you give us a try. If you're in a market listening to this where we don't have stores, we're a short drive away, and I'm sure we're coming to your market very soon. We deliver all over New York State every week. We go all the way up to the Canadian border. We go all the way down to Binghamton, farther even, down to Ithaca every week delivering. People come from far and wide because we're a different kind of bedding store. We have the largest selection of flex head beds in New York State. We have a tremendous assortment of number beds. If you're ever looking for a number bed where you can adjust the firmness on each side, I implore you, do not buy one until you at least shop my store. If you've already ordered one and you're waiting for it, get into my store and look at ours first. Why do I say that? I think we have the best number bed on the market, Instant Comfort. Unlike other beds, it has 45 individual settings. It has an industry-leading 25-year warranty. We'll unzip it, open it up, show you why we believe it's the best, show you how it's built. It's got a reversible cover, cool for summer, warm for winter. This is a great, we're in the top 3 in the nation, if not top 1. It vacillates around in sales. We sell a lot of these. We know what we're talking about. They're great beds. We do not have a lot of problems with these beds. And the overwhelming majority of people that buy them go on to love them. And it's a bed you'll own for many, many years to come because it's a component bed. You can unzip it and take it apart and replace pieces if they go bad, unlike other mattresses. Look for my infomercial on TV, and you can watch it at my website as well. But today, let's get to the article. It's an article on CNN. It talks that irregular sleep may be harmful to your heart. I say this on every show, and I hope you take it to heart. Sleep affects everything you do every day. It affects your attitude. It affects your physical well-being, your mental well-being, your relationships, how you drive, your performance at work. I could go on and on and on. This article, this study suggests that irregular sleep patterns can be harmful to your heart. And it was really interesting. It starts out by saying, when you don't get enough good sleep, the short-term consequences are noticeable. Maybe you're distracted at work or snappy with loved ones, but in the background, irregular and poor sleeping patterns could cause an increase for developing cardiovascular disease. This was a study published in the journal of the American Heart Association. It's an article on CNN. It goes on to say, and I'm going to slow, if you're in the medical field, you can laugh at me. Atherosclerosis, I think I got it right, is the buildup of plaque in the arteries. And according to the American Heart Association, this plaque is made up of cholesterol, fatty substances, cellular waste products, calcium, and fibrin, a clotting agent used in the blood. As plaque accumulates, blood vessel walls thicken, which reduces blood flow and therefore diminishes the amount of oxygen and other nutrients reaching the rest of the body. It can lead to cardiovascular health conditions, including coronary heart disease, angina, heart attack, strokes, carotid, or peripheral artery disease. Poor sleep, including poor quality, abnormal quantity, and fragmented sleep, has been linked with cardiovascular disease and cardiovascular disease-related deaths. But less has been known about the specific associations between sleep regularity and atherosclerosis. Say that 3 times fast. Sleep regularity, the new study's authors defined as estimated by variations in sleep duration how long someone sleeps each night and the sleep time and the time in which one falls asleep nightly. The fewer variations, the better. It's more, what they're saying is it's more healthy to go to bed and get up at the same time every day. Varying it is bad for you. It says the authors of this study set out to learn more about the relationship by analyzing the sleep of older adults, 69 years old on average. More than 2,000 participants were recruited. During the sleep assessments conducted, participants kept a sleep diary over 7 consecutive days and wore a wristwatch that tracked their sleep and wake history. Participants also underwent at-home sleep study to measure breathing, sleep stages, waking during the night, and heart rate. After participants' cardiovascular health was assessed during the same time frame, the researchers found those with irregular sleep durations, those that varied by 90 minutes to more than 2 hours within a week, were about 1.4 times more likely to have higher coronary artery calcium scores compared with those with more consistent sleep durations. It's fascinating. The former group was also more likely to have carotid plaque and abnormal results from a test assessing blood vessel stiffness. I'm going to mumble all this out eventually, but it's interesting. Goes on to say sleep and cardiovascular risk. The findings of the study published Wednesday could be due to both a direct link between sleep and the heart and or other lifestyle factors. People with less sleep or irregular patterns do tend to have a less healthy patterns in other lifestyles like diet and physical activity. Well, that kind of makes sense, right? If you don't take care of yourself, if you're overweight, you're probably going to have sleep apnea. Sleep apnea screws up your sleep patterns. I have sleep apnea. I wear a CPAP, but I could lose a few pounds. I don't always treat myself as well as I should. It all ties together. It says sleep. If you take nothing else from this show, if you listen to this show and say, Kevin, blah, 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 I don't want to hear it, listen to this. This is the most important thing you'll ever hear on this show, in my humble opinion. Sleep is critical for the heart to be able to rest. I mean, it's so true. When you're sleeping, sleep is about rejuvenation. It's about recovery for your body. Your body recovers when you're sleeping. Just like an electrical grid. I have a good friend of mine who's a big project manager at one of the electrical suppliers. He was explaining to me that during the day, the electrical grid that we're using gets hot because everybody's using a lot of electricity. And at night, it needs to cool, needs to recover, needs to rejuvenate. It's one of their concerns with electric cars in the future is that you can't keep the grid hot all the time. Well, it's no different with your body. When you're sleeping, the heart rate slows and blood pressure dips normally. Without regular rest, the heart and vascular system are stressed over time. I like to use analogies. So that, the electrical grid is the same way. If it doesn't get that time to cool, as it was explained to me, now, it's probably people listening who work for National Grid who tell me I'm missing something here, but the way I understood is the grid during the day gets hot, gets taxed, and then at night it cools and it recovers a little bit. It gets back, calms down. No different thing with your body. If you're not sleeping well at night, you're stressing your body, you're stressing your heart. It goes on to say interrupted sleep, especially those with sleep apnea, usually releases, I don't know how to say this, catecholamines. I know I said that wrong, like adrenaline, which can do all sorts of things. It's a chronic problem. Sleep interruptions can also be a sign of increased stress or anxiety. Sleep matters to all of us. It's an important part of life's essential 8 approach to optimizing your cardiovascular health. This last part of the article is, I'm running out of time, but it goes on to say that bad sleep can be linked to, goes on to say cancers, heart disease, and so forth. I'm up against the break. I wasn't watching the clock. Get a good night's sleep. When you need a new bed, consider Mattress Express. Call 1-800-NEW-BEDS, go to Mattress Express NY, or just visit one of our stores. We've got one more segment to go after this. Stick around through the break. The next one's very interesting. This is Kevin Fear. This is Pillow Talk.